Have you ever wanted to try the GTA 5 Chaos mod in Minecraft Bedrock Edition? Yeah, me neither. But if you did, you'd be out of luck, because it's only available on Java Edition. Or is it? You see, a while back I watched a video from Narfi about the Chaos mod in Minecraft, and ever since I wanted to get my hands on it. But since I play on Bedrock Edition, there was no way for me to actually play it. The solution? Remake the entire Chaos mod from scratch for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. This is so stupid. Now, before we dive into coding, we need to understand how the Chaos mod actually works. And what better way to do that than by actually playing it? Okay, maybe this was a bad idea. So, the Chaos mod consists of two main features, the timer and the events. And since there's no point of having events without a way to trigger them, I decided to work on the timer first. But how would the timer actually look? Well, we've got three options to choose from. We could just do a bar like the original, but boss bars on Bedrock Edition are really complicated and janky to work with. So that brings us to option 2, plain text. Although it's simple and easy to make, this option is the least visually appealing. It's kinda like having a sandwich with just bread. It gets the job done, but it's not exactly exciting. And last but certainly not least, we have a custom HUD element. Now, unlike the other options, this choice does take the cake for looking the coolest, but it's also significantly more difficult to code, so maybe I'll save that for a future. So, out of all three options, I chose to use the bar system. It's not too hard to make and it doesn't look too bad either. Now, my original plan was to have the bar gradually tick down, but since the boss bars on Bedrock are tied to an entity's health, this wasn't gonna work. So instead I made the bar slowly fill up and have it reset to 1 whenever it reached the end. After a bit of coding and testing, the timer was officially working, so I moved on to part 2, the events. Now, I could just keep things simple and make a huge list with every event and randomly pick one each time, but it would be really disorganized and difficult to follow, especially with more than 100 events all in the same function. Plus, having one function to handle every event would cause some serious lag. So here's what I did to fix it. Instead of having one big list, I broke the events down into multiple small lists, each with their own categories like player, mob, and world events. Next, we have one main function that chooses one of these lists. Once one is chosen, it'll randomly pick an event from that list. Not only is this easier to understand and work with, it's also a lot less laggy in the long term. Nice. Now, that's all great, but up until this point, I'd forgotten about one major issue: multiplayer. While testing with some friends, we discovered that moving away from the timer would just make the bar completely disappear, and it would stay that way even after coming back. No matter what I tried, this issue just wouldn't stop, so I just scrapped the whole bar and settled for text instead. Sure, it doesn't look as good, but at least it works.
Cut.
Why?
You forgot to tell them to subscribe.
Really? Do I have to? I mean, if they've made it this far, they probably like the video, right? Oh, yeah, right. See, most of you watching aren't subscribed. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you're enjoying the chaos and want more, hit that subscribe button. It's free, and you can always change your mind later. With the timer fix and some very important testing later, everything was working as intended, which meant I was finally ready to start adding more events. And that's exactly what I did. I spent the next little while adding a ton of events. And by little while, I mean 2 whole months. I could not come up with ideas to save my life. Apparently, my creativity decided to just take a vacation. Even after 2 months, all I could come up with was a meteor shower. So if you have any suggestions for events, let me know in the comments. Anyways, with the events finally coded in, the add-on was essentially finished. But since this video isn't long enough, it's time to add tons of quality of life features. First up, I added a command to start and pause the timer. I'm not really sure why you'd need this, but it's in there now and I'm not removing it. I also added a scoreboard to change the time between events. Players can now customize how chaotic they want their playthrough to be. Maybe don't set this too low though, things can get pretty bad. Lastly, I decided to add some sound since everything seemed a bit too quiet for my liking. The timer now has a slight ticking sound and it gets gradually more intense when an event is about to happen. I also added sounds for some of the events like the meteor rain and Among Us. And I gotta say, this really brings things together. And there you have it, the GTA 5 Chaos mod recreated from scratch for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. It's been quite the journey, filled with explosions, unexpected challenges, and a lot of learning. If you want to try this add-on for yourself, the download is available for free. Just click the link in the description to play it for yourself. Thanks for joining me on this wild ride. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more stupid content, and let me know in the comments what Chaos mod events you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.